Thank you for joining our studio once again. Okpebholo has promised to deliver 2.5 million votes to Asiwaju come 2027. Asiwaju would need not to work too hard, to win 2027 election. If all other APC governors and PDP governors, should do the same thing for him. How practical is that? Even Okpebholo, in his own case, didn't deliver 2.5 million votes for himself. You might argue that he wasn't a governor then. Philip, how can that be that Edo State that has almost about, the registered voters are just about barely, slightly more than that 2.5 million, almost 2.5 million. How is it going to be able to deliver all to the president?
Well, Senator Monday Okpebholo, the governor of His Excellency, the governor of Edo State, is known for his role in Tinubu re-election in 2027. He was among the first who started the campaign. He has taken it upon himself that he's going to work tirelessly to deliver the South-South to Tinubu comes 2027.
Yeah.
And the essentiality begins at home.
Yeah.
So he has said that he will deliver 2.5 million votes from Edo State to Tinubu. The question is, how many registered voters do we have in Edo State?
Yes.
Another question you have is, what is the population of Edo State in the first place? Edo State is up to 2.5 million people.
Voters.
People, first, before you talk of voters. Then the other question you will ask himself, with all the APC governors, including City Senator Adams Oshomole and Senate President, and the national chairman, they were in Edo State to ensure that Okpebholo won this election. How many votes was able to garner?
With all the federal might.
With all the federal might and all of that. When people make statements to play to the gallery, that's why sometimes we wonder if the Tinubu we supposedly know or we hear of, or who we understand Tinubu to be, that it could be deceived by circumstances. It really beats my imagination. Because if Tinubu were the Tinubu we assume he is, if Okpebholo comes to tell him or make statement that
So we don't also know whether Tinubu believes him anyway.
No, wait. Let me finish. That I will give you 2.5 million votes from Edo State. I think the next minute should be rebuked because you don't have that kind of vote in your voter register.
All right. Clearly, this statement is either psychopathic or statement from point of ignorance, or he is also assuming or insulting the president. He's actually insulting the president's intelligence, because even though you want to be psychopath, you want to remain within the spectrum of truth or the spectrum of possibility. It is impossible. It is clearly impossible. Okpebholo himself, in the last election of September, that was September 21st or 2nd, I can't remember the exact date, but that was September 2024. He was declared by INEC to have won the election after scoring 291,667 votes. The next person to him was PDP Asue. Asue scored about 247,000 votes. And the next person was Olumide, the distant third, scoring about 22,000 votes. Putting all these things together, they are not even up to 1 million votes. They are just very shy of, So how, just shy of 500 to 600,000 votes, how come he's promising 2.5 million votes? Does he think the president doesn't think, or he's just out of his mind? What is wrong with Okpebholo?
What is wrong with him? He feels like he misspoke. I think what he's trying to do is to say thank you to President. Like Obi said, look at what happened in the election. Meaning they actually win the election. And this system has helped him. So the only way to say thank you to the system is to promise the system that I'm going to deliver what is not even there. So to me, he was naive. He shows that he's still a baby politician. See, if you want to be a second fact, come close to the truth. Say what is realistic. Last election, I should mention, for mental calculation here, I don't think he had up to 600,000 people that voted.
They are not up to 600,000.
And from record,
and that election was even challenged.
And record, I don't think they do have churn out up to 1 million naira.
1 million naira?
1 million votes. 1 million votes. and our history. So where is 2.5 million coming from? So it shows ignorance. It shows that you just want to play to the gallery. You just want to be on the president's good side. I said something. He said this will be made possible because of the good works of the president, because he loved Edo people. So Edo people will reciprocate the love he has for them by giving 2.5 million votes.
You know, politicians can be political. You know, sometimes they may not really like the president, but they are just doing this thing so that they themselves can survive. They do know that during 2027 election, Nigerians will vote by president's performance. We are assuming INEC is, revamped, not in terms of building another house for them. The internal operations of INEC should be revamped.
The leadership.
The leadership, how to appoint them, how to appoint the recs, how to appoint the INEC chairman should be changed. It should be independent. And two, there should be a mandatory electronic transmission of results. If that happens, certainly Nigerians would like to come out in mass and vote. Even at that, Edo State will not get 2.5 billion votes. And when that happens, don't you think these governors, even those jumping ship from PDP into APC and all that, they should rather be more sincere with the president than promising what is not there, just for self-survival between now and 2027?
Well, before I come to that, I want to say something here. I want us to excuse Senator Monday Okpebholo, His Excellency, the governor of Edo State. We remember not too long, he was presenting his budget to the State House of Assembly.
Yes.
He could not pronounce the figure that he prepared by himself. So maybe he's saying that with figures. Well, maybe he's saying that he wants to give the president 250,000 votes.
Maybe he meant 250,000 votes.
2.5 million votes. I also know the entire South, the only state that has up to 1 million vote is Rivers.
1 point something. No,
yeah, 1 point something.
During Jonathan, we had 1.2.
So it's only Rivers that you can say yes.
At any time,
they will produce over a million votes. Not Edo State, for crying out loud. When you said the governors and all of that, you see, the only time we could get this thing right is when those things you mentioned about INEC is in place.
Yeah.
If those things are in place, the governor wouldn't have been saying what they are saying because they'll be fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
It is not the governor that votes. Like in Erofai said, the governor and every other person had one vote. So it's those people who will appreciate the president, like he rightly said, that they want to appreciate the president because the president has done so much for them by making him Senator Okpebholo their governor. I don't see any of that he has done for them.
Okay, let me come to you, Peter. Okpebholo, why not giving credence to his 2.5 million numbers? Okpebholo might not be far from truth, maybe with Asiwaju winning Edo State, if and only if Obi is not on the ticket. Because Edo State is like the headquarters of obedience. There's no argument about Edo, Delta, but I think Edo is the headquarters of obedience. People can do it all on their own, even without coordination. So if for any reason Obi is not on the ticket, you can't be too sure. Asiwaju could win Edo State, but certainly not 2.5 million votes. Do you think that is possible?
Yeah, but why wave now 2.5 million, 2 million votes?
No, certainly, because it's not possible.
Who says it's not possible?
2.5 million votes.
If you don't have this electoral reform we're talking about,
people will come out to vote.
Are you sure that is not the number allotted to him?
Wait, the registered voter is about that amount for the 18 local governments.
Are you sure that is the number allotted to him that he mistakenly told us? If you don't have electoral reform, they will fill the forms. They will fill the result. If you write 2.5 million, what would you do? No, tell me what would you do?
You go to court.
So if we don't have this all this coalition, if we don't achieve this electoral reform, most of this work might be in vain. But now he has told us he will do 2.5 million, and he's told me I was thinking about it. It is not impossible. It can only be possible when you have this electoral reform, when you will transmit the results as you are voting, so that you cannot manipulate it. But when there's a room for manipulation, it is very possible. And he has told us this. Mark this. He has said it. And again, don't be surprised. Every other governor has been given this target. Probably others have not said yes. By the time he showed that 2.5, data states churn out. Whatever happens in the north might become immaterial.
All right, we hope they don't have opportunity to churn out, because democracy is still the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The people should be the one electing their leaders. Philip, trying to connect Okpebholo to other governors, do you think other governors might also be thinking in this direction, where they can churn out, in quotes?
I have no choice but to agree with my friend that Okpebholo have just made mistake of seeing what transpired behind the curtains. That all other governors from the South, because the rate with which the governors of the South are moving to APC, it could be a target. So that is why Nigeria should work tirelessly to ensure that INEC must be reformed. The electoral law must be amended to say that transmission of result must be mandatory. It should be a condition with which the result will be accepted. Because anything can happen. You see, yes, your question, yes, other governors might be giving target, even if they are not giving target, because everybody wants to leave each other. If people have promised 2.5 million, Delta can say it's giving 3.5. Just Akwa Ibom will say they are giving 4.5 Cross River. So we have to be, our eyes have to be open, and we have to be proactive, because this statement is to be food for thought for Nigeria.
It's really far away from all the records we have for Edo elections. All right, let's just hope it's a slip of tongue, because we do not have any statistics that currently support, Edo, even though it's an unchallenged election where you have that is not contested by anyone, where all registered voters have to vote for one person, which is actually not a democracy. And in the election where even the RFI has said that the current president, doesn't have any pathway to victory, is not where you think though we give 2.5 million votes to one candidate. This is This Insights, and we believe something has to happen to INEC for 2027 election to be credible. Please hang around as we come back to you very shortly.